Okay, Josh, here we go. There is your watch, and you can see it's apart. I have the back off of it, and it's on my time grapher. And we're looking at it. It is moving along. The first thing I noticed when I took it out was that when I manually spun the watch to turn this oscillating weight, I could hear the oscillating weight hitting the back of the inside of the case. Hear it sort of scraping. That is not good. It's not deadly, but this pivot, this bridge right here, the winding bridge, it's bad. So that's the first thing that I see. This thing, it has a lot of wiggle to it. It should not do that. So it's not holding the weight firmly. And what that does is that can grind up a bunch of metal inside, which then gets into the movement, and that's a problem. Now, that said, aside from this, when I first looked at the movement, I actually was pleasantly surprised. In fact, when I looked over the whole watch, I was pleasantly surprised. Normally, watches that come from the Philippines are far more abused and less well restored than this one. Cosmetically, it's not bad. It functions fairly well. The chronograph reset is weak, which means the instead of the sweep hand snapping to zero like it should, it sort of raggedly resets. And that's an adjustment. That I can certainly deal with. Now, the biggest thing that we've got going on, I'm now going to show you the time grapher. This is the time grapher showing the numbers out of your watch right now. This is live. You can see, hang on. So the numbers that matter, hang on, I'm trying to get this light out of the way. Okay, you can see it progressing right here. Visually, you should be able to tell right off the bat, everything looks kind of ragged and you're getting a lot of extra clicks and pops. It's not bad. I mean, it's fairly parallel, but it's not clean. It's kind of messy looking. It's a first visual gut check. Let me walk you through this. This is the accuracy, seconds per day. Right now it says in this particular orientation, which is dialed down, we are looking at about 19 seconds a day. This amplitude, this is a measure of how much power is making it from the mainspring through the train to the balance, to the pallet fork actually, which then flicks the balance. This scale it's kind of loosey-goosey. It depends on the different kinds of movements, but I will tell you that this is very weak. This means low rotation. These chronographs are supposed to be really snappy. My expectation for one of these watches is that we are going to see amplitudes in the 220, 230, 240 range or better. 166 falls under barely running. It's not a happy watch. So this is fairly minor. This is beat error. This is when the tick does not match the tock. So instead of going tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, it's going tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. The scale goes from 9.9 being the worst to 0.0 being the best. 1.1. Again, this is not that important. I can adjust that out in a few seconds. That's easy to do. And this is the parameters. This is the actual lift angle of the watch. This number has to be set correctly in order for this number especially, to be relevant, to be correct. So I will tell you, 166, that's weak. We want to see easily above 200 or better. I haven't seen any other functional problems. The chronograph pushes over, which means your chronograph wheel is good. I'm not seeing any major functional problems. The movement looks clean, not that that really means anything, but clearly it's not as happy as it should be. We've also got, typical for Philippines watches, we have got corrosion inside the case here. That's fairly typical for watches from that part of the world, simply because it's such a hot, moist environment. We see that a lot. But you should be very glad that we don't see any of that on the inside. A lot of times I open up a Philippines watch and you will see that kind of pitting all over the movement. I'm not seeing that here. But we've got some work to do. It's definitely going to need a rebuild. That's it. You let me know what you think, and we'll go from there. Thank you so much.